Alright, in Honors Math 9, 6.2, solving the system by elimination. This is part 2. So before we start on how to do it, some goals for this. Your goal is to line up all the variables, the equal sign and the constant. You want to get the same variables to have coefficients that are opposites. You're going to then add the equations down to eliminate a variable, and then you can solve. Alright, so example number 1. We have 2x plus 5y is equal to 17, and then our second equation is 6x minus 5y is equal to 9, or negative 9. We already noticed that the variables are lined up. Your x's are aligned, your y's are aligned, the equal signs, and our constants. So now what you have to do, you have to pick either your x value or your y value to come up with the opposite coefficients. So this leading coefficient of the x is 2, and this one is 6, so they're not opposites. And now I'm going to look at the y's, 5 and negative 5. These are opposites, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add these rows together. And when I add them together, 2x plus 6x is 8x. 5y minus 5y, that gets eliminated. That's why it's called elimination. And it's equal to 17 minus 9 is 8. Now we're left with this equation, which we can solve. Divide both sides by 8. You get x is equal to 1. So now if we know x is equal to 1, we can plug that into either one of these equations for x. So I'm going to do the first one. 2 times 1 plus 5y is equal to 17. Now I'm going to solve for y. 5y is equal to, because 2 times 1 is 2. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides to get 15. Divide both sides by 5 to get 3. So our solution is 1, 3. So the point where these two lines are going to cross and intersect is the point 1, 3. Example number 2. We have negative 2x plus 15y is equal to negative 32. 7x minus 5y is equal to 17. Looking at the constant, the leading coefficients of the variables, negative 2, 7, 15, and negative 5. I notice that 15 and negative 5 are multiples of each other. So if I take row 2 and multiply it by 3, we're going to get a new row 2. And by doing that, when you multiply an entire equation by a constant, we're not changing the value of anything. So we have negative 2x plus 15y is equal to negative 32. When I multiply row 2 by 3, I'm going to have 21x minus 15y is equal to 51. Now by doing this, my y leading coefficients become the opposites. Now I can add down. I'm going to have 19x, the y's get eliminated, is equal to 19. Divide both sides by 19, x is equal to 1. Again, once you get one of the variables, plug it into the other equation, either one of them. So I'm going to do the first one just by habit. Negative 2 times 1 plus 15y is equal to negative 32. I'm going to add 2 to both sides, so I have 15y is equal to negative 30. Divide both sides by 15, y is equal to negative 2. So I have the point 1, negative 2. So these two lines are going to cross at the point 1, negative 2. Example 3 of 4, we have the system 2x plus 6y is equal to 18. X plus 3y is equal to 9. And again, it doesn't matter which variable you choose. This time I'm going to choose to eliminate y. So in order to get my 6y and 3y to be opposites, I'm going to take row 2 and multiply it by negative 2. And that's going to give me a new row 2. So I have 2x plus 6y is equal to 18. And then I have negative 2x minus 6y is equal to negative 18. This time when I add down, what ended up happening is I eliminated both variables, and I'm left with the statement 0 is equal to 0. This is true, so our answer, infinitely many solutions. Last but least example, we have the system negative 2x plus 5y is equal to 7, negative 2x plus 5y is equal to 12. I notice my x's are negative 2 and negative 2, so I'm going to take the second equation, multiply it by a negative 1, and I'm going to give a new row 2. So I'm going to have negative 2x plus 5y is equal to 7. And when I multiply the second equation by -1, I'm going to get 2x minus 5y is equal to -12. This time when I add down, the x is eliminated. Also, the y's are eliminated, so I'm left with 0 is equal to -5, which is not a true statement. So this one is no solution. No solution, that means that these two lines are parallel. Nice job today.